My brother man, see me that go. All right, it's time to get in on the show and have some fun. Yeah, well, technical problem is trying to push us back again. Let me fix that. All right, good morning and welcome to this positive here on Elevated TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew. You love to come in the Elevator One Sports. Let's have some fun. It's the weekend, it's Friday. The African Cup of Nations is the front burner of every conversation. Why is Cameroon scoring quite a lot of goals and the other teams can't even put more than one goal in a match? These are big African countries and you expect them to really go for the jugular, score a lot of goals. But I don't know. Well, maybe it's the comfort of knowing that only 6 teams will be eliminated from the group stage. So everybody is feeling like, I mean, if I don't come first, I'll come second. I don't come second, I'll come third, and I'm still in the competition. You never know what will happen. I don't know if that's the reason, but I think that scoring a lot of goals have a way of, first off, making you know that you're building confidence. The race to the top goal scorer, you already have it. It also make your team know that they can score goals. Goals can come from anybody. Builds a lot of confidence and all that. But hey, who am I? Cameroon played against Burkina Faso first game, 2-1, 2 penalties for Mboma look-alike. His head and Mboma's head is almost the same. Abubakar. Then yesterday it was on the double again. Now he's got 4 goals for himself, which is fine. Okay. But I wish I could have the same energy with the other teams in the competition. That's just what is missing thus far in the competition. I really wish that the other teams will come to the party. The best game I've seen so far in the competition, and I'm going to say this not because I'm a Nigerian, but I'm saying it because it is what I observed, is the Nigerian game. Other than that, the other games have been dragged, and then Cameroon have also done excellently well. Okay, first game, I thought that they were a bit aided by the referee, but beyond that, we saw how good they played and how well they have been. So credit to them, and their play, the team is set on one mission and one mission alone, to host and win. This is the second time Cameroon is hosted. The last time Cameroon hosted, it was Congo that won the Nations Cup, and Ethiopia came second. That doesn't look like something that's going to happen. Ethiopia had a good first half. Let's be very fair to them. Had a good first half, scored in the 4th minute, and then Cameroon equalized immediately. Didn't waste time to settle the score so that there's no dull moment, there's no panicking. And then in the second half, they came out with a clear-cut mission to score 3 clear goals and make Ethiopia understand that football is played for 90 minutes, not for 5 minutes. Because in the second half, Cameroon came in and they were like eagles on baby chick. It wasn't easy at all for them. But let's just move on past that one. But I look at the other games, and it's not just yesterday. How is it that Cameroon is able to score? Now, don't forget that the first team to arrive Cameroon for this competition is Ethiopia. Ethiopia came to the tournament before Cameroon. They came in 2 days after Christmas, which was on the 27th of December. Cameroonian players were still, battling out with their clubs, but they still were unable to really get going. They played a good first half, or too bad the second half didn't turn out well for them. Cape Verde, who, when they see Nigeria, they want to play like their life depends on it. And this Cape Verde is the last game that Cameroon is playing. So one of the things you look at for is the fact that they were also in the same qualifying group, and Cape Verde beat Cameroon in Cape Verde, drew with Cameroon in Yaoundé, and beat Cameroon in Cape Verde 1-0. So this might just be the reason why Cameroon have decided, let us first of all take care of these people in front of us, because this Cape Verde know how to cause us problem. Now Cameroon have gone through, they've secured their place. We're still looking for other teams that will join them. Yesterday, Cape Verde lost to Burkina Faso 1-0. Burkina Faso put their foot back in the competition, lost the first game 2-1. Now they won 1-0. They put their foot back in the competition. And with this, they're hoping that their last game against Ethiopia, all they need is, well, to come second in the group, they need to win. Okay, if they get a win, head to head will still favor them because they beat Quebec, or because the only way Quebec can come, rubbing shoulder is to win against Cameroon, who might decide to play their third, their reserve team and give everybody a chance to play. And the day before, we had Tunisia playing against Mali, even with the red card. That game that had that controversial officiating, bad referee, having issues, and that referee now is consistent. History now shows that he's consistent with making such silly mistake. Okay, so I think it's time to retire him. I feel bad for him anyway. I don't think that this is how somebody should end their career. But then, when overwhelming evidence show that you're consistent at doing this, it's better you step aside because it's going to be beyond mistake now to incompetence and consistency on the wrong side. So I think it's time for him to step aside. I don't think that anybody should give him a shot. I'm not really one of those who like to say this, but I don't think anybody should give him a shot again. When you're not competent at doing what you do, you should step aside for those who are competent enough to do it. Mauritania played against Gambia, and Gambia won that game 1-0. The Equatorial Guinea lost to Ivory Coast 1-0, and I felt disappointed at Ivory Coast when they played that game. I was expecting a whole lot more from them, and that didn't happen. Remember when Nigeria played on Tuesday? It was only Nigeria that scored. On that day, every other team chose to go black. So we're looking for the teams that will provide us with goals in this competition. Remember on day 2 on Sunday, Senegal 1-0, Guinea 1-0 over Malawi, Morocco 1-0 over Ghana, Gabon 1-0 over Cameroon. And then on the opening night or opening evening of the competition, Cameroon won 2-1 against Burkina Faso, and Cape Verde won 1-0 against Ethiopia in this competition. So far in this competition, we've had two or three now? We've had 2 red cards in this competition. Okay, one to Ethiopia and then the other one to Mali. Remember when Mali played against Tunisia, even though they won, a player of Mali was red carded. We've had 2 red cards in this competition, but we need a lot more goals. That's what I think. I think we need a lot more goals. Cameroon corrected a lot of things that I complained about. The crosses, we finally found goals from good crosses. Turned up goals in the Cameroon game, but some people will argue that they played against Ethiopia, it was a big deal. But then Ethiopia qualified for the Nations Cup, so we must also state that they are a team that was in contention until they have straight to defeat. Now, meaning that they're not completely out. I mean, they can go and win their last game by 5-0, and then things don't go well for the other team. Let's imagine if Cape Verde gets to lose a game and somehow Ethiopia beats Burkina Faso, that might just change the complexion. I don't know, but it looks like Ethiopia is out anyway. But let's see how that goes. Today we're going to have Senegal playing against Guinea, Malawi playing against Zimbabwe, Morocco playing against Cameroon, Gabon, and Ghana. Now, Ghana will be wondering why they didn't win their first game or get a goal in those chances. I think that one of the problems I saw with the Ghanaian game was the fact that Andrea Yu was too focused on giving the ball to Jordan Ayew. And then again, this is the first time I'm seeing Ghana in a major championship without a proper striker. And no disrespect to my Ghanaian brothers and sisters, but I think that Ghana have come to competition and shown us, solid strikers, players that know how to play football as strikers. When you have a country that are provided Anthony Yeboah, provided Yapreko, provided some very Asamoah and Baby Jet, and then you now come around and you bring I don't know. I don't know if I'm over expecting too much from him, but I think that he's just not the guy who fits into that bill. When you're looking for a player and you say, okay, this player is the guy who would lead your goal search, your goal hunt. I don't think that Jordan Ayew is a guy to look up to. I don't know. I mean, if you guys have a different opinion about it, you talk to me. But I look at the Ghanaian team and I was like myself, Okay, people would want to like tell me that Penstil is there, Sulemana is there, but those guys are white players. Okay, if you put your mind on Andre Ayew as the guy to play in midfield, creative work, and the person is running the ball to is Jordan Ayew. I think that Ghana already have positioned themselves not to score plenty of goals and not to make progress. And this guy doesn't score goals. Like he doesn't have goals coming out of his body, like music coming out of Lucifer's body. Okay, this guy doesn't have goals in him, and he's guy who's going to lead your goal charge in a major championship where you have 7 games to win the title. I think that Ghana already set themselves up for failure. Yeah, they've got good midfielder. I wouldn't lie. I mean, Thomas Partey, Andre Ayew is still there. Baba Mohammed is good. They still have some players that they can call up from the bench. But you look at the Ghanaian bench and ask yourself, who's going to come from the bench and provide goals when they need goals? When they need goals, who is that person? Tete? Come on. Ghana doesn't have the player. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and say to ourselves that Ghana are not up for it in this one. This one is not Ghana's own. One of the few teams that you say, okay, they are big teams, they're supposed to be favorite, but I can't call Ghana favorite in this tournament because no matter how good you are, I agree that attack win you games and defense win you championship. But if you have the defense and you don't also have the attack, you're not going to see winning of games, not to talk of winning championship, because it's the accumulated number of games won that turns out to be value for you to win championship. Yes, the defense will always want to keep a clean sheet and defend very well. And I think the game against Morocco, they defended very well. Okay, I wouldn't even come against them and say they defended very well, but the attack was just not there. I don't know if you guys saw what I saw, but you can tell me what you think on that front. Yesterday, talking about red card, Granit Xhaka, who Roma are still very obsessed about, picked up a red card very early in the game. But Arsenal managed to get that game through the finishing line without conceding a goal is a wonder, because anytime Arsenal concedes a red card, the goals get from 0 to 4. But yesterday, I think they played well, they composed themselves, they did very, very well. Ivory 10, Roland, they say, Ideo, thank you for always staying awake. I mean, it's a massive sacrifice and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. On YouTube, thank you very much for being there. Like video, please. Like video, good folks. Thank you very much. Good morning, Elegote. Good morning to you. That's from Emmanuel AC. Emmanuel AC, are you related to the AC of Ibudu Iwari, or you're just another? It's just a coincidence in name. But I know Austin Ojakovo and the entire. I worked in Globe Star, so I know a lot of those people. I don't know if you are related to the AC of Ibudu anyway, but if you are or you are not, all the same, thank you for joining in on the live stream of the show. We've got a whole lot to talk about, but let me read all the messages that I'm seeing here. Victor Malalu, thank you very much for following me on Twitter. Bros, one Afcon ref say football not be 90 minutes. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. It's still 90 minutes game. 90 minutes plus added time. Why is it that we don't see much goals in the Afcon? This is a trend recently. Even last one was similar. No, last one was good. Now 102 goals were scored in the last African Nations Cup, and that's like the highest that we've ever had. So I wouldn't say last one was similar. Joseph Roberts Ruben, you say you're doing a great job, boss. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining in there. And on Instagram, did I miss any message? I don't think I missed any message. Emerald, they say good morning to you. And then Steph. Hey, Stephanie Haley, how are you? My baby girl is a grown woman, an author, publisher of books. You're doing well. Stephanie, how you doing? Good morning. Have you seen Uncle Paul lately? It's been a while. I've not seen him for a very long time. But I'm planning to go see him when I return back, go to Cameroon and return back. I'm going to say, hi, how are you doing? So let's get in on the gist, some of the tidbits, some of the stories, especially transfer gist that you people want to hear. Let's not forget that today at the Afcon, we are hoping that it will produce goals because it's the second round of matches and everybody are now looking at the table and saying to themselves, oh boy, if you don't give yourself brain, you might be one of the 6 teams that will be kicked out of this tournament. You know, because the group is a 24-team nations cup, so it's been expanded. This is how it goes. Because somebody was asking me why did I say 6 teams will be eliminated? So 2 teams from each of the groups will qualify first and second. Then if you look at it, that sixth group, it means that there are 12 teams there, and we're going to the round of 16. So to make the round of 16, they will not take additional 4 teams, okay, from the other teams. When they take those 4, it's the best losers, okay, from each of the group, best losers from the group. You put them together, and then they will now rank the best losers in terms of points, goal scores, goal conceded. They are tied, they'll come with yellow cards and all that. But they'll take 4 best losers and add them to the 12 to make 16. Round of 16, they will not play, and that's where the elimination series starts from, okay? They will not play, eliminate each other, and then we'll move to the quarterfinals. Quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, and winner would emerge on the 6th of February 2022. Let's hope that Nigeria, when the roll is called up yonder on the 6th of February, Nigeria is there, and we will not end up the day with tears, but with smile. Oh, what a beauty it would be for Nigeria to win the Afcon in Cameroon. How would it feel like? Okay, so let me take it from you guys. Those of you on Instagram, those of you on Facebook, on YouTube. How would they feel? And don't just take it from the Cameroon perspective. As a Nigerian, which country do you hate or dislike so much? Let me use the word hate. Now, hate is very strong. Do you dislike so much that you feel like me? I like Arsenal going to Spurs to win. I like Arsenal going to Old Trafford to win. I like Arsenal going to Man City beat Arsenal. I don't feel bad about it. I like Arsenal going to Liverpool to Anfield to win, but that's a very difficult place for Arsenal to go. Those 3 places, and then beating Watford. Beating Watford is always sweet to me, but beating Spurs anywhere is sweet for me. Chelsea, I really don't have beef for Chelsea that much. So, which country, where do you think that you always feel excited if Nigeria goes there to, whether it's a friendly match, it's a qualifiers, or it's a tournament? For me, it is Ghana, Cameroon, South Africa. Like, man, the South African one is annoying. The Ghana one is rivalry. The Cameroon one is revenge. I think that when Isaiatu was the president of CAF, he used his office to manipulate referees to work against Nigeria anytime Cameroon is playing against Nigeria. Come on, he's the CAF president. The referees would always want to make sure the president of CAF wins so that they will get more matches. That's my belief. I don't care what anybody says, but I have said it here before, and I've said it in other places. Football all over the world is rigged. Okay? If he favors you, he favors you. If he doesn't favor you, he doesn't favor you, but it is rigged. And it's the highest bidders that win it. Okay? So for you, what would it mean if Nigeria wins the Nations Cup in Cameroon? And to some people, I mean, the younger generation, they don't understand the pain that I have to go through in 1988, say that Eric was so good disallowed, or what happened in 2000 where we hosted, went 2 goals down in the first half, and then came back 2-2. Okocha and Rafa Chukwudukwe, my very good friend, who just Liverpool, who have a business opposite us here. And still, we lost that penalty. I know that Ekpeba put his hand on his head. There's no VAR, there's no goal line technology. But still, it's Cameroon. And losing to Cameroon is sad. Cameroon are 5 times African Nations Cup winners. They've not won at home once. This is the second time they are hosting. If they win this one, remember they go to 6, 1 away from Egypt, who are 7. Nigeria are 3. We need to win. We need to win and trap up our position in the medal ranking, in the title ranking. We need to get to number 4 quick. We need to get number 5. We need to get number 6. Number 10 is the target. First to 10. Egypt needs 3 to get to 10. Nigeria needs 7 to get to 10. Egypt needs what Nigeria have to get to 10. Nigeria needs what Egypt have to get to 10. That's my own thing. But then for you, what would excite you the most? Winning it we've won a Nations Cup in South Africa in 2013. We won it to this year in 1994. We won at home. Now it is time for us to go win it somewhere else again. We've won. The only West African victory we've had was the one we hosted. The second time we hosted, we couldn't win it. We came off that one with a silver medal. So for you, which country or where is the best location for you to enjoy a Nigerian win? That's the question on the conversation. Okay, so if you want to call in, you can call in on 07025000069. You can send me a WhatsApp message on 08034277165. Well, Twitter is back, and I am on Twitter at ELEGBETE1Sport. So you can follow me and also send me a message on Twitter as well. And then you can also on the Instagram, on the Facebook live stream, on the YouTube live stream. Tell me, what's the place that you really want to see? Like, wow, then comments are flowing now. It's boiling here. It's boiling here. Okay, among the innocent, say good morning to you. Mr. Kun Miandi said, good morning, bros. Good morning to you. Please, let's keep the good morning aside. The show is not long. It's just 1 hour. So let's just go to the comments and let's enjoy it. But when I say good morning to you, Ivory 10, he said, I have looked at the schedule. If Nigeria wins the group, we will likely face Syria alone. So you don't know qualifiers. Okay, but we will likely. Yeah, I like that. Frankie on Instagram said, for me, it will be any World Cup game against a top European teams. Yeah. For me, in terms of aside Afcon or Africa, I think a country that I would go gaga if we beat is England. Damn. I don't know why we didn't beat England in 94, and recently on the 2nd of June 2018, we also played them and we didn't win. We should beat England because of their press. Like, I would feel good if we beat England. I don't know. That's what I just feel. That's what I just feel like. If we beat England, I'll be fine. And if we beat Argentina, then at senior level, I love Brazil. I love Brazil. Beat Germany. Yes, Germany. I love Germany, but I love us to beat Germany as well. If we were beating Italy before, we beating France before, friendly matches though. But in major competition, I think I need us to beat. We've not beaten any big country in major competition. That's a drawback on our football. We've not beaten any big country in any of the senior World Cup that we've attended. We've always beaten Bulgaria, we've beaten Greece, we've beaten some sharing countries like that. You want me to sack Southgate? No, Southgate. I don't think they would ever sack Southgate unless it starts 4-3. Southgate have given to England what people like Sir Bobby Robson achieved. So I don't think Southgate will be fired. Let's be very fair to England. England have rejigged their football in such a way that their players have not come of age. Okay, so I think Southgate maybe might get tired of the national team like Yakim Low and they start turning a bad result. But I think we go. But I just want us to beat England for the many nonsense that the colonial master cost us. Okay, we beat Spain in 98. Yes, 3-2. Somebody says, whoa, why did I forget that? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? Eh? Thank you very much, Alessandro, for that. You see, we're both partners in this matter. Thank you very much. No, they won't. But I don't think they will sack Southgate. Southgate is the best English coach that they've produced for their national team since Sir Bobby Robson. Okay, let me go back to every time say Argentina. You want us to beat Argentina? Me too. I want us to beat Argentina. A competitive game, and then they've given us Argentina too much to the point now where anytime they're doing a World Cup draw that Nigeria qualifies, I'm already feeling they'll put Argentina for that group now. But I think when Messi retires, they will no longer be giving us Argentina. Okay. Mr. Kuhn said Cameroon came here to win it in 2000. It's going to be a sight to behold. That 2000 game still fresh for my mind. Okay. Jalalu Laolu Oguni said that Cameroon followed by South Africa. I hate Paso. We have to pay Cameroon back for 2000. You see, 2000 Cameroon no robots. In 1988, I was crying. I was 10. I just turned 10 the previous December, and then this Nations Cup was going on, and Aaron also went up. I still remember, like, the pictures are still very vivid and very clear in my head. We went up, and the ball was crossed from the right. It went up, it nodded the ball against the ground. There were players in front. I cannot tell what happened. The referee just came out of nowhere and disallowed that goal. And you know, so my formative years in football was 1986. 1986, I sat down and I watched the World Cup. And I saw one guy wearing jersey number 10. His name is Armando Diego Maradona. This is my initiation into this secret court or this open court called football. The way he played The way he played, Father Lord, Father Lord. You know, back then, not everybody have TV, V center, but back then the elders will sit on the chair, then the children will sit, and you sit down and open your legs so that another person can sit in your front by based on height. So we're just sitting like this, like pavilion, we're sitting like that. And then this guy was playing, he played against England. England had one guy on the bench, and if it had started him, I'm sure England wouldn't have lost to Argentina. His name is John Bass. But racism was still on, and they managed to bring in the son of a Jamaican soldier. They brought him in late. It would have equalized that game. But what Maradona did in that game, and then went on to do what he did in the semi-finals against Enzo Schifo. You remember the Belgian captain who was born in Italy, Lorenzo Schifo. What he did against them, forget the final. Final was drab. That final against Germany was crap. But those two games just made me fell in love. Like I fell hopelessly in love with football the way Ediale Kingsley, my friend, is hopelessly in love with Simi. Fasting and praying that Adekunle Gold would disappear, would divorce her, and then he would go and console. But it never happened. The two of them would grow. Okay, but I'm just saying that's how I fell hopelessly in love with football. I love the number 10 jersey, but then as I got into football, I fell in love with the number 7 jersey. So that's how. So take it from 1986. 87 was more of under 20. Russia 87 or so. There was under 20. Then is it Osondu and Etimesi, but it wasn't really big on me. Then 88, the Super Eagles were going to the Nations Cup. This was my first ever Nations Cup. Super Eagles were playing well, they were doing well, watching this thing on black and white television. And then that game came up and we were robbed. I was hearing everybody saying Ojoro. That's the first time I heard it. Later when I was playing football, I was hearing referee, we don't want Ojoro. But that was the first time I was hearing those technologies. They were new to me. Ojoro, they don't rob, they don't do match fixing. It was crazy. And the way Nigerians were very passionate. So when we were passionate, we get animated, and you're just sitting there hearing 2 headers or 4 headers gathered, they're talking, they're getting angry, and then you start hearing things like, oh, I don't know if we eat today. Me, no go fish up because of football. But then I cried because it was painful. I fell in love with Henry Wosu because of that thing. But I cried like, why did they rob us? Why did the goal not count? And then they beat us. From that time, I want us to always beat Cameroon. But Cameroon was always getting the better of us in major moments. If we beat Cameroon for 3rd place match, we win. But the major moment when we need to get to the finals or we need to win the trophy, they win us. That's why when Genotron, this is why I fell in love with Genotron. When Genotron beat Cameroon 4-0 or so in the World Cup qualifier, I don't care whether this man know anything. I'm in love with this guy. As long as he beat Cameroon, I'm fine. So that was it then. Let's say now Cameroon followed by South Africa. I hate Paso. Okay, I've read that one. Hybrid 10, they say, I want Nigeria to beat Argentina in bonus. No, we're not going to fit. There are certain things that you think can happen. No, we're not going to fit. We're not going to fit. So if you go to that, their stadium Bombonera, that's the stadium for we're not going to fit. They shouldn't play there. We shouldn't even go there. Go beat Argentina for. Don't burn our players. Hybrid says nothing pains in Africa. I just want us to eliminate Argentina. No, South Africa beat Nigeria. They play well. South Africa beat us. It beat me like small pikin where I raise, small pikin where I grow for my house. Come take my wife. That's the way I feel. Like this small boy where I train. Come take my wife. That's the kind of feeling I get. South Africa is a country that should never beat Nigeria. I'm sorry. A football analyst should not be talking like this. A football analyst should not be. But when it comes to Nigeria, say forget I'm not an analyst. I'm a fan, and I've always said that to people. When it comes to me talking about Nigerian football, I'm a football fan, and I'm fanatical about Nigeria. I'm not fanatical about Arsenal or any other football team. I can be very, very objective. But Nigeria versus South Africa. South Africa beat us. He pissed me off. And I want to make another like Christian Chukwu. First coach that South Africa beats. First Nigerian coach that South Africa beats. Oh, then Chukwu, forget about it. You can't tell me anything about Chukwu as a coach. As a player, yeah, I respect him, but as a coach, maybe go look bush. I don't like him at all. Mr. Coon, he said, we don't beat Spain. Yes, I agree. Somebody already said that on Instagram. Who's on team and Victor Prime? He said, I see Nigeria Morocco final. Really? This Morocco? So you know they rate Cameroon. How can the judges football safe? This Cameroon, when they get power, then the atmosphere opposition, and you know they rate them. You rate Morocco, we don't play well against the. I know. Somebody made a bet here that Senegal will win the Nations Cup. Oh God, I have clip. I will cut his head out there with pride, with arrogance. I will cut the hair anyhow. Like you see, I will video out here. I will put the video out. Who's on the man of who's on the man Victor Prime? He said, "Now I had to give Cameroon those trophies." Well, it doesn't matter. Somebody would also say, Nigeria winning that. Somebody will tell you that because Amaju is in the executive committee of CAF, I won it. It doesn't matter. I don't care. That's why it's good. Let's say if your brother as secretary forever, your name was the book of life. So there's not a problem with that. Sidney Bokwe, he said, very annoying Hayatu game plan in Maroc 88. Cool day penalty. That is crazy. Like anybody who's old enough to see that. And you know, the funny thing is, when you're not playing well and they rob you and they win, you say, let them go good readers to bad rubbish. But when you play well, you have a good team that is committed, a team that is dedicated, and then you have to lose to a referee. Oh God, that hurts. That hurts. Okay, we had a very good team, good goal from Henry Wosu. We have always had a mental block against the Cameroon. You go get mental block when you know, say, not the only way you play. It's like you're competing for one trophy. Your step brother and you they compete, and the judge now your step brother. Bro, you go get mental block. Because no matter what you do, your stepbrother go still win. Your stepbrother don't need to do anything. Like my mom be the judge. You be stepson. And now my mother will say, our own and my own not be the same. That's exactly what happened. So it's sad, but it just happened. Okay. However, I think if we are able to get to the finals and meet the Camerooners, then we can finally do justice in terms of South Africa. That then never. Okay. Victory Judge, you say Cameroon is on fire. They are truly on fire, but what will be them will be them. That's my Usha. I know that sentiment is on this thing I'm saying, but who will beat them? We'll go beat them. We'll beat them for Liberia. Creator Ideally, hey, I was talking about Ideally. Don't reach you. I hope you know what I'm talking about. He said, good morning. I don't want us to beat Argentina. Maybe when Messi retires. That's the same thing I said. But the funny thing is, once Messi retires, is Frank said we'll beat Bosnia. Is Bosnia a big country? Who be Bosnia? Bosnia a country. Bosnia not the map now. Leave Bosnia, you talk of football, you call Bosnia. Bosnia, that one, they are known for war. Bosnia. Which them 3 clubs from Bosnia? Which one be Bosnia? Leave Bosnia, when they go boy to a couple of beats that they are made. We don't beat them any day before. We'll beat Bosnia anywhere. We'll beat them anywhere. Leave Bosnia to the conversation. Peter 99, he said, morning, Mr. Idafi. I beg, analyze our tomorrow. Tomorrow, I says today is the last edition of the week. Thanks and good job, boss. Thank you very much. I will do that. I plan to do that towards the end of the show anyway. I'll push that. Frankie Fresho, you're laughing. Okay, so let me come back to Facebook and see what they are saying on Facebook. I'm going to shift Jia to transfer rumors. Okay, Joseph Robert Ruben say you're doing a good job. Thank you very much. For me, winning it at Cameroon also would be sweet for me. Man, it goes sweet me. It goes with me, especially now that I'm going to Cameroon. Like, if we come back on the Premier League, I will talk about that for the rest of my life. If we win this Nations Cup in Cameroon, it will be more than all of the going to Highbury to go watch Arsenal, going to Old Trafford, going to Anfield, going to San Siro to go watch AC Milan, going to Barcelona twice, going to Benin. All those are another big deal. If we win this Nations Cup in Cameroon, and I follow this team come back. Hey, I 2014 World Cup experience. I didn't even talk about myself. Sometimes I forget I do 2014 World Cup. But this, if we go win the Nations Cup in Cameroon and come back, una go hate me. Some of una go subscribe because I go tell you that story. This story, you know that story of is a never-ending story. You know that story? Bridge too far, longest day war. That's exactly what will happen. No. The story will not end. Winning the Nations Cup in Cameroon. Will be like me being alive for Nigeria win the FIFA World Cup. Oh Lord. I can't even tell you how I express it, but I'm just being honest. I'm like a child in a candy shop right now. And then when I look at the way we played against Egypt, let's be very fair now. We didn't convert our chances. There were some lapses in that team. Crosses were still very bad. I was saying something yesterday. I was doing a trend on Twitter yesterday. I was like, imagine with all those incredible speed, run, and moves that Moses Simon had. If the crosses were pinpoint, we would have scored more goals. And then just imagine if Chikwueze was doing exactly the same thing to devastating effect on the right. We would have made the Egyptian president to call the Egyptian team to come back. Like, forget, don't play your remaining 2 matches. Don't worry. No matter what you do, this disgrace is too much. Don't play again. We can't ban us for the next 5 years. We don't want to participate in any of your competition again. We're out. How can Nigeria do this to us? Because we would have done what Moses of the Bible days did to Egypt. Liquidated them in football economy, but we were unable to do that. So let's say that the other 2 teams we want to play now, we're strong enough, we should be able to do them unless we get carried away. But if we don't get carried away, I think that we're good enough to do something. There's a message on the WhatsApp. Divine Harmony Talker, he said, I want us to win this tournament in Cameroon. Beating Cameroon in the finals neatly. But I don't want neatly 1-0 step. I'm okay. I don't want the papers. I want the papers. Or a comeback win, like the 1999 Manchester United Champions League. A comeback win will be very sweet. When they are coasting, thinking 1-0, they won't win. 89 minutes we equalize. First of all, stadium will scatter. Because they said they will go into extra time. At that time, one last minute of added time, we just get one free kick and somebody just bend down like me, enter the net. Shoot. We celebrate close. We scatter the stadium. Oh God, how will I mind? As I think of this, how will I mind? Oh Jesus Christ! You see that I'm not speaking too much English today. This show is for Nigerians. It's Friday. How would I mind do now? I need like, oh God. You know what? Your mama they cook your favorite food that year. Hey, blood of God. You know what? Many visitors they come. They're not gonna shop in it. Oh God. Oh no. If the future permits, I want that win for revenge. I can never get enough of beating Cameroon. It's that bad. Me and you. We're on the same bus, brother. It's not just you. Me and you, we're in that place. If we beat Cameroon, I used to be obsessed about beating Ghana. And I got to a point where I started looking at Ghana as our small brother, like we mentor them. We mentor Ghana. We mentor them. So beating Ghana is not a big deal. If we beat Ghana now, we'll send them out to the tournament. So Ghana is not really a big deal for us to beat Ghana. If Ghana beat us, they feel celebrate. But if we beat Ghana, small children, so they're not in our level. They have more Afcon and also, but they're still not in our level. I can't remember the last time Ghana won an African competition. Okay, Senegal 92, right? Okay, but let's talk about the games for tomorrow. Dexterous Henry, he said, we don't need Cameroon in the finals. Home advantage will come in. We got home advantage when we play them for finals. We don't win. Cameroon have hosted before, they didn't win at home. So that home advantage, this is the 33rd African Cup of Nations. It's only 10 times that host countries have won it. Nigeria, 1980, Ghana, and Ethiopia, some other countries like that. But it's not always like that in the Nations Cup. I know what you're saying, that home advantage might come in play, but the rate at which Cameroon are going, I think they will burn out. They're burning too much energy. If you watch that game, there's so much power play again that I'm wondering. And last time they say Ghana get level, they have FIFA World Cup quarterfinal. I don't believe that. That was yesterday's story. With the Olympic gold medalist, first Olympic gold medalist in Africa. In football, we have Olympic gold, silver, and bronze. So everybody get what that they stake on. Ghana last won in 1982. Are you sure in 1982? Who won Senegal 92? Freaky with me. Are you kidding? I thought Ghana won in 1992. Oh no, it was I think it was Ivory Coast. Yes, it was Ivory Coast. Ghana last victory was in 1982. Jesus Christ. Ghana won that old trophy. No, Ghana never ever seen this. Leave Ghana out of the conversation. Thank you very much, bros. Ghana last won in 1980. Jesus, Ghana. I don't want that they play the way they play. So the last people win Nations Cup for Ghana, they might be the Pele there. Hey, Chalet. Sorry, sorry. Don't worry. The Lord is your strength. It will be good. You will see better days in the future, but not in this one. Oh, this one. If I must win this one. Oh, This one, Ecuador must win this one. So tomorrow we play against Sudan, and then Guinea-Bissau will play against Egypt. It's just only Nigerian group tomorrow. Nothing else, no mix up with egusi soup. Let's just keep it Nigeria. Now, in this game, my worry is that Sudan, Sudan will not come and try to say, we know get win, and if Nigeria win here, practically Nigeria don't leave us behind because Nigeria is the only team in this group that have won, and the others, Guinea-Bissau and Sudan, they drew, okay, without scoring. Nigeria, okay, so this group have produced only one goal. And you look at the way the team is, it means that Sudan will give their all. And we've also had good results. Dead boy shall rise again. That's my mother's favorite scripture. But not for this tournament. No, you look at the Ghanaian team now. I'm not trying to rubbish Ghana, but if your team going into a tournament, your reliable striker is Jordan Ayew, you should know that you don't get goal. You don't get goal, and then you get Baba Muhammad Abi. You don't have goal in your team. Pestil when they play like Baba Shed, they turn around for one place like old school coach. It's low budget for coach. I don't not like I'm disrespecting them, but I don't think that there is goal in the Ghanaian team. So I don't even see them getting past the group stage. But because the teams in the group really don't look like they are teams that cannot be beaten. They're playing Gabonese. Aubameyang is going to be available. Not like I'm saying Aubameyang is God, but if you put Jordan Ayew here, you put Aubameyang here, everybody will still take Aubameyang ahead of them. That team look like a team that can give Ghana a run for their money. And if they beat Ghana again, 2 defeat, Ghana would not have to go and battle Cameroons. They win Cameroons. Other teams have, a chance, unless they're going to qualify as top place team. But it doesn't look like they would. So these dry bones, like say they will leave her for inside grave, they will mummify. Doesn't look like a dry bone that will rise again. So let's come back to the Nigerian game. Nigeria plays Sudan tomorrow. Guinea-Bissau play Egypt tomorrow. Egypt obviously want to redeem themselves. Nigeria knows that if they don't win against Sudan, they put the group very open because Egypt lost only 1-0. Egypt want to score quite a lot of goals against Guinea-Bissau. Nigeria also needs to reaffirm that performance against Egypt was not fluke, was not new coach bounce, was not an accidental performance, or Egypt being hit by surprise, not coming to the game, or probably underrating Nigeria because of the crisis that we've had going into that game, and then they felt like, Nigeria will just come and Nigeria will beat it, considering how poor we played during the World Cup qualifiers before we came to the Nations Cup. But then I also think that Iguavon knows that after this job, and this is my thinking, I didn't have a conversation with him, and I think that Iguavon looks at this job and says, look, listen, yes, I've won bronze at the Nations Cup, but Nigerians don't rate me. Africans don't rate me. Nobody rates me in this coaching side of things. Even as a football player in his day, I don't think people really rate Iguavon that much. People would always talk about Iguavon in relation to the penalty he caused against Italy that got Nigeria knocked out. But it was a pretty decent footballer that gave his all every time he was called upon when he played for Nigeria. Having said that, I think that he realized that, look, this is not the time where he needs to do something. And he's got grown-up children. I'm sure his children will call him and say, Dad, do this for us. Forget about Nigeria. It's not about Nigeria, but just do this for us. Legacy purpose. His children are friends with Stephen Keshi's children. The pride that goes with saying, my father captained Nigeria and won the Nations Cup, even though Iguavon was the real captain, the standing captain, but the official captain was Stephen Keshi. But Iguavon played a lot of the game. And then now comes to say that, their children that grow together, live together, roll together, even though Iguavon is younger to Keshi, but that's second because Keshi is Iguavon's other brother's very, very close friends. Okay, so that feeling of I want to be like this guy, the human competition. Let me give you a very good example now. If you see people that you grow up with in the same neighborhood succeeding, the kind of joy you get, unless you're a hater, you're a prisoner of hatred. But I'm talking of normal, like progressive people. That joy you're like, that guy's my friend. Let me give you a very good example. There's a worried boy that I am extremely proud of. Okay, they make mistakes sometimes, but I'm proud of them. How about you? I'm proud of him because, as crazy as he is, and he likes to talk at me a lot, but I like the fact that he's making progress. I'm happy for him. Another one, Sam Soji, Blessing Kaku, Blessing Kagbari. Forget all these, stupid thing that he did at the Olympic and tried to put her into a dirty place. And I don't believe any of that. I'm very proud of them because they're from my region, right? Then you now take it further. Burna Boy, I may not know Burna Boy one-on-one, but he's in Nigeria. And I've seen him excel. Whiskey, David Doe, Timmy Dakul. You see these people excel. You just feel joy. The kind of joy you feel is different from when you see Nicki Minaj or Cardi B win a award. You know, okay, congratulations to them, you're good as a human. But when a Nigerian wins it, it's different. That's the kind of feeling you have. You have progressive, competitive feeling like, ah, man, if you feel rich that guy, you feel rich me one day. So I think that's the kind of mindset that Iguaman will be having and saying, if Keshi feed one, even though I didn't have the kind of preparation and time, Keshi had like about 18 to 20 months going to the 2013 Nations Cup. Even though I didn't have that time, this is my one last opportunity. Nobody's going to give, this is his third rodeo with the Super Eagles. Nobody's going to give him a chance again. So I think what he's doing more than training is motivational. Okay, he's motivating the team, he's inspiring them. You've got to get a very good team talk. It's important because half of the game is won with your team talk. When you tell your players that, you know, we're not good enough, let's just go there and try, you already lost the game. But when you tell your players that, look, guys, you guys are the best team in Africa. Even in the world, there's nobody on your level. It's just that you've not raised your game to match that thing. And you bring out the beast to the players, like, oh, we're not good. Oh, you rate us like this. Look at your children. Whenever you tell your child that you're the best in the world, you know that your child is not the best in the world. But look at their reaction. Look at the pupils of their eyes. It lights up when you tell them that the best, and the finest, and the strongest, and the most intelligent. That's the same way. That's a team talk, right? You inspire your children to be better, and then they try to make sure they don't want to disappoint you. They give these players a good team talk, and then they go out on that field and say, "Listen, guys, oh well, if for nothing more for the coach." Remember the interview I had with Onanzi? Onanzi said at some point they looked at Steve Keshi and they said, "You know what? Forget what anybody's saying. The NFF, Nigerian fans, the media. Let's go there and do it for coaching, the big boss." And that's how we won it. We were not the best team in 2013. And I've always said that going into a tournament, the best team going into a tournament does not always end up as the winners of the tournament. Sometimes it's the ragtag team that comes there. It comes down to who wants it the most. How badly do you want it? And right now, it seems like Nigeria is in that place again. And then I told them something yesterday. I said, there is no science or art to how Nigeria and Nigerians behave. Our behavior, our reaction to things is not conventional. Okay? The going into this tournament, if you judge a team by preparation, organization, and crisis management, Nigeria should lose every single group game by 3 goals to nothing. We're not prepared, we're not ready, and then last minute players are getting injured. We're the team that has been in the tournament, and we played our first game, then 2 players joined the team. Every other team have had their players available, but we're that team. But look at the kind of game we put up against Egypt. Every Nigerian before that game, if you tell them that Nigeria will get a draw, we'll grab it with our 2 hands. But not only did we beat Egypt, we stopped them from scoring, we could have scored quite a lot of goals anyway in that game. But don't worry, 1 goal is still good enough. It's sweet. It's sweet for me. If you win the match by 1 goal to nothing in the finals, you win it by 10 goals to nothing, you are the champions. So I'm happy about that. The other games will go ahead. And that's what they said, he's also organizing the team. But it's also organizing the team better. It's a key part of managerial job. I agree with you 100%. I don't know what it says to those players, but I asked him yesterday. I said, "Coach, what do you tell the player?" He said, "Don't worry. When we finish the Nations Cup, I'll tell you." But I think he must have said something to those players that got them to feel, we're not war gecko, we are baccarat, we are alligators, right? We're not chickens, we are eagles. We can fly, we can soar, we can fly above every other person, we can see further than any other person. We can, stamp our foot here and make people fear us. We can cause people to tremble. And that's exactly what they've done. And I don't hope that they carry that same mentality, that same view of life to the Sudan game. They shouldn't go to the Sudan game and start feeling, if we beat Egypt, who is Sudan? That's small boys. Because once you start getting that attitude, that's how them and beat us in 98. Once you start having that attitude, you start feeling like, oh, I've arrived. Your work rate begins to reduce. Your attitude towards the game. And football is always a game of magic. One little mistake here and there can trigger, shades of reactions that will lead you to failure. I just hope that we don't carry that attitude into the next game tomorrow by 5 p.m. I'm sure we'll win. Divine Harmony Toke said Ecuador seems to be winning the battle on the training pitch, presser, and on the pitch as well. He is very intelligent. Yes, I agree. I've interviewed in the last 5 months. I've interviewed him twice. I did that. We did that film room, and then I had it on my podcast. Unfortunately, the podcast is not out yet. It's going to come out after the Nations Cup. He's very intelligent. I want him to win the tournament. That being said, I don't see Algeria, Senegal, Morocco winning the Afcon. Say that Senegal again because I have somebody's head to cut inside the studio when Senegal gets eliminated from the tournament. So let Senegal lose fast and get out of the tournament. Well, ABM Sports International say, what's your take on the appointment of a foreign coach? Do we really need a foreign coach? Okay, so one impression that needs to be corrected. A foreign coach have not been appointed officially. A foreign coach have been scouted. Now, let's backtrack a bit because now we're talking about this. Love the film room interview. Very insightful. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you. I appreciate. That's one hard work that we put into that thing. God bless everybody that worked out to make that thing happen, especially Larry, yes, truly excited when I see the way that video, the way people comment to that video. I feel very excited. I'm coming back, but let me take this call. Okay, I lost the call. So let's backtrack to when we started looking for the foreign coach. We let Ganatrol go, and Iguavo was brought in as an interim. The way Manchester United have a coach right now, but they are looking for they are also looking for a coach, right? That's exactly what happened with Iguavo and the foreign coach that we're looking for. Now, in looking for that foreign coach, we were looking for a permanent solution because Iguavo is actually a temporary fix. It's not, oh, this is the final position that we have. Let's always remember that. Now, what has changed in the conversation is that Iguavo now did the near impossible by getting the team to play well, coming from Ganatrol. That everybody said that the team didn't have a pattern, the team was boring. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Hey, Stanley, how is Abuja this morning?
Fine, very fine.
All right, talk to us.
Yeah, that this Cameroon no is more. So I was born in Cameroon, and then after I said that last time, when we talked about 1988 experience, I was in the secondary school, and the day that final was played, I was resuming back to school. And I carried my green white green flag, but we didn't watch it in the big hall, the entire school. Then, against Cameroon, about 90% of the people there were Cameroonian. So you can imagine what happened. So that particular match, I will not forget it. So it means when we also nodded and everything. So you could just imagine then, every time we are playing Cameroon, we Nigerians in Cameroon, living in Cameroon, we are in trouble. They will even do a lot of things. So many things. But one thing I discovered, like most times, we used to Cameroon at critical times.
Yeah.
See the World Cup, that 1990 World Cup. So we lost, most important is we lost. But Egypt, even the last guy, even this match, I wasn't afraid. We have never had money to problem with Egypt, what we have about Cameroon. So that Cameroon match had a very good time. Because when they sit us back, then speak up, win us. And two of those things is settled because they win us for 84, win us for 88, win us for 2000. And if you see after that, they are 5. After that, they are 5. 3 have been in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So you can imagine. So I just pray God say if the team will change and we will win them.
We would.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to us beating Cameroon. Like, I am desperate to see Nigeria beat Cameroon. I don't care what anybody says, but us beating Cameroon, especially in the finals. Because when it matters most, like Cameroon, it messes us up. We have 3 silver in this Nations Cup, all thanks to Cameroon. I don't like it. Okay, Kevin G, give me a long time. Early days fan. Where have you been? Okay, and last time they said we should ask ourselves, what is the vision and mission that the foreign coach is selling to us. Okay, so let me explain, like I was saying before, let me explain that in details. Nigerian footballers, and some of them are watching this and they'll be angry with me. Nigerian footballers, 80% of Nigerian footballers, especially the illiterate ones, do not respect anybody. And this has nothing to do with Nigerian coach. They don't have respect for anybody. I've seen Nigerian players talk to a whole Dominic Oneya, a two-time governor, a naval officer, senior naval officer, two-time governor. He said, talk to her anyhow. I see Nigerian players, and Yakuba, talk to Aminu Megari, Esani Lulu, Galadima, talk to them anyhow. So these guys don't have respect. And someone asked me the other day, why is Amaju always throwing his wealth in front of everybody? And I said, that's the only reason he can gain respect. One, Amaju is from a minority tribe in Nigeria. Like it or not, in Nigeria, we like you putting up a show. Ask 80% of the people who are fans of Obi Kubana why they like Obi Kubana. Do they go to Kubana? They're not going to go buy a drink for Kubana bar. They don't fit. But the reason is the guy puts up a show all the time. Nigerians like a show. Also, the Nigerian footballer who is born into poverty, and I'm not talking of people like them, Sam Soji, that family is different. I'm not talking of people like Adukia Mesemaka. I'm not talking of those category of people. I'm talking of these ones that were born into extreme poverty. In their family, in their bloodline, there is no sign of wealth. And then they are not properly raised. Let's face it, who they play football? Who they play football? Yeah, they play football. Decent children, nobody raised a decent child and say, I want you to go play football. Decent people don't play football. So now, almost dregs of society, waste people who are semi-finals into thug life. Now they play football, right? So once they see that money, they don't have respect or value for anybody because society did not cook them up, did not raise them to be like that. That's also the reason why, and that's not just in Nigeria, it's a global thing. That's also the reason why when they retire, then they say before they did broke because they are not properly cooked. They think that their money would solve every problem, and everybody around them know that all we need to do is to fritter their money away so that they become poor like us. We cannot match their head. Now these guys don't have respect. But one thing that an average Nigerian footballer likes is an Oyibo man. We naturally, it's not even a footballer. Nigerians naturally like Oyibo people. So let me give you a very good example. Have you noticed that every time a Nigerian tries to speak with a white person, your accent automatically changes? But then the white person's accent does not change to your own. Have you noticed that? It doesn't matter whether you've been abroad before. Get on the phone call and start talking to a white person. The accent changes. If your brother marry a white woman, you'll be talking to your brother for phone. Your brother says, my wife is here, talk to her. Automatically your accent changes. You always want to level up. You always want to respect. You always want to be like them. That's who we are. So the thought of there is no local coach that will bring you. We brought Samson Sasa. He did qualify. Samson Sasa is one of the best. And then recently he's got a FIFA man. We brought in Sunday Olise. Good guy. African Pep Guardiola. Things did go well. We've given some coaches, some local coaches, the opportunity. They've not done well. So the idea is now there's no local coach that is available. Let's go get someone that will prepare. That's also the reason why Genotro stayed for long. Don't forget that the exit of Olise is what brought about Genotro. There was no plan for foreign coach originally. So when I realized that, you know what, you bring in Olise, he's fighting with Mikel, he's fighting with Yama, he's fighting with the NFL. Let's not bring those kind of people. Let's bring people that would understand when there is no money to pay salary. We tell them that we will not get the money. They would understand. They would not fight. They would not go to radio and destroy the whole house. That was the decision. And when they brought in Eguavoen at the beginning, all Nigerians, majority of Nigerians, the influencers were saying, who is Eguavoen? What does he have? Who is he? Blah, blah, blah. We did give him that support. I'm going to say this, and I'm not taking credit, but I'm saying if we did not do film room, Eguavoen would not have been the coach at the Afcon. That white man had to take us to Afcon because that was the original plan. Once we brought film room, that video out, and people now start saying, the man no ball, look at what he's saying, the axle of the team, this one. Nigerians like show. We were just lucky to be at the right place at the right time. And I remember many people calling me to say, oh, you be a Eguavoen PRO. You know the funny thing? I am not. We just wanted to tell African coaching story. We also have Samson Sasa. as we're talking, we already booked Matt Emmanuel Amunike. It's just that it was in Spain. We couldn't get to Spain to go do it. We were waiting for him to come to Nigeria. We've been on the same conversation with Finidi George. Finidi George was the original focal point because it was with Aimba. But unfortunately, continental matches and all that, we couldn't do it. So we were in Abuja shooting my podcast. And then I invited Iguavo, and it was just nice. When he showed up on the podcast, I like, tell my production, like, let's do film room with Iguavo. We couldn't get in that day. We flew back to Lagos, and then 2 days later, we flew again to Abuja. It was crazy, but we just got it because we know we need to do it. Don't forget we're a startup. So we know even though it cost us much to do, we just want content. We just want to do this thing. And then we did it, and we were editing when they announced it. We were like, should we put it out or should we hold it back? So that they don't say we are the ones that are doing this thing. We're already in the process of editing. And I took the decision, I said, guys, let's put this thing out. It has nothing, we know our intention, we're not doing PR for this man, let's put it out. And then we put it out, and everybody's type. I didn't even expect it. Just the same way my reaction to the Super Eagles game, if anybody had told me that it would make 40,000 views, I wouldn't believe it. I'm not on that level. My views were 1,500, 300, 200. So for a video to just come out and boom, for this morning, 41,000, it's not conventional. It's not the right way. It's not the way my channel is. But that has just opened up, brought more subscribers and everything. That's the point of the Bible. So now everybody that says, oh, he's a good coach. Hypothetically, if he had lost the first game against Egypt, say 3-0, everybody would have said, oh, this is what we're saying. Some people would have said they should have left Raw. Some other people would have said, how can you play a foreign coach and then you leave him as an observer? He should just come and take the job. That's how we say it. Now we're loving Iguavo because he won. Not because we love him from the beginning, not because we feel like an old-based coach should be in charge. No. We love him because he won. And that's how fickle we are most of the time. We must always understand that. So if we don't maybe get this explanation properly, everybody say, oh, foreign coach. The NFL didn't want a foreign coach. But it's just that trusting the local coaches, you start hearing story of he collected money to sign players. We never heard any of that from Gonatron in 5 years. Okay? But you know the story about Steve Keshi. As good a success story as it was, we heard of that. Okay, let's say we have given foreign coaches more support. I would not necessarily say so. We've also given local coaches as much support as they need. It's just that they've not carried themselves well. Now, let me tell you one of the biggest problems with our local coaches. So, the ordinary local coaches that are not ex-players, most of them cannot elevate themselves to the Amadou Shaibus, to the Keshis, Samsung level. So, they are not Super Eagles standard. They are not Super Eagles spec. Let's be fair. Now, the ones that are ex-players, the biggest problem that they've always had, it also happens when they give them club, is they compare their playing days with these players. And then that does not work anywhere. It's like your teacher always comparing himself as a teacher in these days compared to your time. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. I remember when I first started in Brilla, that comparison was always there. And there was something I said in the meeting one day, and it shut the conversation up. I said, sir, stop saying this. Your generation is not halfway better than my generation. And I was like, what do you mean? He said, we work very hard. We did this. I said, oh, God, for your generation. You were broadcasting to people who did not watch matches, who did not know anything. So you can come on there and you lie. They are excited about you. But in my time, I am broadcasting to people who watch the match more than I do. People who are fans of the club that I'm talking about. People who can call in on my show and tell me to shut up there. If I try it with you on your show, I said, oh, guys, if you try the like, come try and do live show, when they call you, when they curse you. The way somebody tell me, say, the analysis, why they do, I may God keep my number. Come and try it here. And let's see how confident you will be on the mic. And that conversation ended. So most of these ex-players like to compare themselves. In my days, when I was playing, you cannot even lace my boots. And you want this player to play for you, you're not going to play for you. So those things, there was always clash of ego. You come in and you tell a player that it is the success that we achieve that make you have this job. If we did not achieve this success, we do not build the platform. Don't do that. So those things is why we're always getting foreign coach. But I hope that everything goes well and we get to that place where they need to go. Respect is not something anybody will give you. Nobody wants to give you respect. Respect is something you earn via hard work, industry, effort, and consistency. At some point, you will wake up. When Naramali first came out, people didn't like him, right? he earned his respect by doing what he was doing consistently. I remember when I was first started on radio, he's too controversial, he's too opinionated. People were, I was the most hated guy on radio. But at some point, from hate, it became love. People just couldn't resist it. So, on this indigenous coaches also needs to show consistency. Nobody loves you just because you are Nigerian. No, you have to earn the stripes on your shoulders. That's what I think. And you will pay people based on qualification and pedigree. You're not just going to say, oh, the person that was working here before was earning. The person that replaced that Foster, did they pay him the same amount of money that Foster was earning at Collective? No. You have to come with something. Come to the table with something. If you're dating a girl, you're not going to spend on the girl that you're dating that comes from abroad the same way you spend with the girl that comes from Okutukupa. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Okutukupa, but it's just, figure of speech. As we run down, let me take this one from YouTube. Sydney Bokwe said Ghana did not win Senegal but Cote d'Ivoire. Yes, thank you very much. I've seen that one. Oluwaseyi Adebowale, boss, will you still go live while in Cameroon? My workload will be too much. I doubt if I can even do Instagram live, but I'll see. I'll see what I'll do, but I don't think so. My workload, I'm going there. We're producing a film, and you know how messy, crazy, much running around. If you are behind the scene producing a film, what it will be like, okay? But I will see the best that I can do. But I know that when I come back, I'll give you guys a lot of stories that you want to hear. McDonald, the wife, I said, this coach has been offered appointment. The guy said it on the press conference. No, he hasn't. When you say this coach, is it Joseph Pesari you're talking about? Iguavo revert to his role as technical director with the NFF as stated by PD. Guy, I'm giving you information that I have, okay? Whatever you heard, I will bet you anything. If Iguavo takes this team to the finals, there is no Joseph Pesaro going to the World Cup. Just take that from me. If Iguavo takes this team to the finals of the Afcon, right? The same way they played against Egypt, let them just find consistency to that play. Iguavo is a coach that will coach the qualifiers in March. He's a coach that will take them to the World Cup if and when he qualifies. Sydney Bokwe, Sudan team comprises of Al Hilal, so they are compact, but we have better players, but we have to be careful and finish matters in the final third because we have skillful and Parisien team. I agree with you. Abidemi Ibrahim, the second point, one, I only want you to predict. I'm not going to predict. Nigerians fate in this tournament. I'm already telling you that I'm a fan, so I won't see Nigeria in the finals. You have done it before during the 2018 World Cup qualifiers. Only you predicted positive for Nigeria, Abrila. Okay. That's 2016, June 2nd, when the draw was made, and I said that we're going to qualify with the game or two to spend. So I've always made prediction, but I think that going into this tournament, I was one of those who said that the highest we'll get to is the quarterfinals. But I'm going to be honest with you. What I saw against Egypt, I want to see them tomorrow again against another African team, Sudan. By the time we get past Sudan tomorrow, I'll tell you, right now my mind is saying semi-finals. But I still think that looking at the other teams that I've seen in this tournament, there's really no team that makes me feel like, wow, I'm afraid of them. Even this Cameroon, you look at the way Egypt ran at that first 45 minutes, the way Ethiopia ran at Cameroon, ceaselessly, constantly. Cameroon was not really solid defensively. In the midfield, they were not solid. On the left side of the fence, they were not really solid. Ethiopia did not win that game yesterday because of lack of experience and the fact that they don't have quality players. If they play against a team that have quality, even against Burkina Faso in the first game, if Burkina Faso are taking their chances when they were attacking, because I've seen Cameroon vulnerable on the left and vulnerable on the right. So I can tell you that if they meet a team like Nigeria and Nigeria comes to their A game, the way they played against Egypt and decide to convert their chances, Cameroon will fall. But I want it to happen in the finals. I don't want us to beat them pretty early in the competition. Every time he said, I really hope Iguavo does well. I like him and wish him well. I am tired of foreign coaches. I don't like them. I'm not racist, but I think that Nigerian problem would only be solved by Nigerians. I've always said that the solution to Nigerian problem is in the hands of Nigeria. A problem that we know we're the ones that will solve it. I think that foreign coaches come here to add to their CVs. But I am not against any foreigner. I am not against any Oyibo person. There is freedom of movement in labor anyhow. But let Nigeria have the mentality and the mindset that this is our country and we're the ones that will fix it. I'm going to tell you this. Iguavo in that dressing room, he's talking to the players like his younger brothers, like his friends, like his fellow countrymen. Genotro or any foreign coach will not say that. He will just tell you your tactics. If you like your country a lot, this is how to play. Go there and play. There is no emotion. There is no connection. But if Iguain is talking like, I played for this team. I captained this team. I won the Nations Cup for this team. I want you guys to be like me. I want you guys to be heroes. I want you guys to do the same thing. That's how it is. It takes the team like my own. This is my own. He can starve for the team. A foreign coach will not do that. He will just come give you the tactics. This is how you should play. But in your country, if you like, play well. If you like, not play well. You understand? He might not say it that way, but that's the attitude and the mentality. But Iguain will like, not be just you, now we. But we're not go there, go kill ourselves. We die here. You know how a mother protects her child if you are trying to attack her child. All her Christianity, all her humility goes to the wind. She will come at you. See, if they ever shows up physically to take a Nigerian woman's child, Nigerian mother will kill them. You understand? So that's the mentality. I think the Nigerian problem will be solved. I'm getting too emotional and sentiment. I'm passionate, sorry. But I think Nigerian problems will be solved better by Nigerians. I'm not against foreigners. They can come enjoy, they can come invest in the solutions that we're creating. But Nigerian problem, I don't want to say this anywhere, anytime, will be better fixed by Nigerians. Does that mean that we don't have bad Nigerians? We do have. But the 1 or 2 or 3 or 10 Nigerians, look at what Ake Alabi is doing in his constituency. If you see one good Nigerian doing something, we do it with all of us, all of our heart. Everything is in it. And I think that the government, given the chance and the support and the freedom, it would do well. It's just that we don't also trust ourselves that much. We're like, you give out too much freedom now. You can go select players, go collect money. But like I said to Amaju, pay him the salary that will make him not to collect money from any player or any agent, and we're good to go. Okay. Brandy Good, he said, how about Chelsea winning the league? Chelsea cannot win the league. Can't attack. That would be fantastic. Cocastic. That is my prediction. Chelsea will not win the league. HAO_93 said, agreed. He said, what do you think the score will be tomorrow? 3-0 in favor of Nigeria. Hybrid Teddy said, exactly. Abidemi Ibrahim, is it possible to bring some of your colleagues from Brilla to this TV show? No. Overdose is no longer with Brilla. If any Brilla person appears on this TV show, they will sack them. So Overdose is quite busy. Sean Amadi is not in the country. I've tried to bring Murphy via Zoom so many times, but time zone is in the US, is in Maryland time zone and work commitment have made it impossible. So we would see. But I know that me and Murphy will do some collaboration in the future. There's a lot of things to do. We're just starting, so there's a lot of things to do. Me and Murphy, there's a lot that we'll do together. Me and Murphy were like peas and pie, so we're always thinking of some things to do together. But let me just find my feet. Everybody need to find their feet so that we don't have problems. I say I never saw the emotional connection with Raw. Yes, me too. Even though the man is a good man, but there was no emotional. He doesn't even have that emotional connection. He was trying so hard to turn Nigeria into Germany. Just be effective. It doesn't matter whether you're stylish. So he didn't consider the fact that Nigeria is an emotional country. Everything we do it emotionally. So there's going to be passion. That's what Nigerians love. We could have lost that game against Egypt. The way we play, Nigerians will still be happy. That's who we are. But gonna try to see that. No. Just win the game and go. That's all. Statistics. We know they do statistics for you. We they do our men. If we give you champion, we will put light, to put music, put everything follow around. 5 girls will follow. Now all we be. It's what I would say. Nigerians need to create our own Nigerian solution. That's who we are. If you don't like them, oh my God, look bush. Every time I say you hit the nail on the head. Football nerd. I think our Nigerian coaches need more training, and believe me, they will do better than foreign coaches. I agree with you on that. They should also drop their ego and then focus on improving themselves, getting good skills, and then be patient. Like, we really need to be patient. That said, this is the end. Good morning, ELEGBETETVRADIO. Do you think Iguain will be sacked if he wins the African Cup of Nations? If he gets into the final, well, he doesn't have a job to be sacked. If he leaves the national team, he goes back to football director at the NFF. He still won't there. But I need to go now. If I shoot this show by 15 minutes, I've done the best that I need to do. It's time for me to go. Peter will be wondering, like, bro, something that happened today now. Are we still doing the show or we're doing something else? Well, thank you very much for keeping me for this long on the show. I won't be here tomorrow, but I think I will do match cast. So from 5 p.m. tomorrow, I will do match cast. And I mean, due to popular demand, I'm going to do it. I'll be watching the game. I can't stream the game. I don't have the right. I'm not going to take my channel down. This is a young channel. We're just growing. I can't stream the match, but I'll be giving my analysis as the game is going on, and we'll see how it goes. It's going to be my first time of doing it. I don't know how the logistics will be, what I'll be hearing, the commentaries, all that. But I would be available on YouTube and on Instagram to do it. But then my kids will be around to disturb as well. So let's have some fun. My name is Edafi Mathieu. I love this show. I love you guys. God bless you guys for being here. It's been wonderful. Those of you stream on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, sending me messages. Sorry, I couldn't read all your messages. But then let me not leave without reading the final messages of you guys that was sent from Facebook. Love you, boss. That's King Paddy the Oracle. Emidio FC, he said good job from you. Thank you very much. Ugo Chuku Owanchinemelu, he said that Cameroon has truly been our nemesis. I have not forgotten 1988 when Nigeria lost the Nations Cup to Cameroon. Destroyers Henry, he said without Mane and Salah, Liverpool is no better than Burnley. Arsenal surprise club. Thank you very much. God bless you all. And for those of you who are listening online via www.elegbetevradio.com/radio. Coming up next is Peter Ewanode with the Sports. If you're also listening on the mobile app or your Android store, you can hear him. Bye-bye.
So for the last episode of the week, I just said that it's Sports Collaborator, the Radio, and now to the run the matter with the sports people. They are not on social media.
Whoa! What a show! That's an overdrive. I enjoyed it.
Inside Market United, job like the abilities, job they have lately, but inside that club, as their player, whether they call Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ororo.
Come on in.
I don't know whether you know whether they call her Ororo inside Nigeria.